Hi students, hello friends. Today we are going to discuss about the top 25 questions. Those are asked in these interviews from the subject automobile engineering. I have a very good experience in Tata Motors Limited and Mahindra Limited. Also, I have published numbers of journal papers in IC engine and automobile engineering in international and national journals. I have published a book of automobile engineering for undergraduate courses. I have selected top 25 questions those are frequently asked in these interviews as well as in the campus interviews and also in this automobile industries. So let us start with that one. The first question, what is an automobile differential and how does it work? We all have seen the differential. Differential, as its name suggests, it differentiates the power to both the wheels. Whenever the automobile moving straight ahead, it just divides this power 50-50 to both the wheels. But whenever the automobile is taking a turn, that means one wheel has to take a larger turning radius than that of this another one. So differential works as per the requirement of these wheels. It gives the power to that wheel so that it is easy to take a turn. But if it is not giving different power to the different wheels, then in a turn both the wheels will rotate with the same speed, so the vehicle's speed will be resulted. Number 2, what is oil grade SAE stands for? This SAE stands for Society of Automotive Engineers. SAE is a very renowned and old organization worldwide which preparing, which invents, which fixes the standards for automobile. And this engine oil, you can say engine oil, gear oil, differential oils, all these oils, the specific standards is fixed by this SAE, Society of Automotive Engineers. Suppose giving you an example. The engine oil we are pouring in this automobile, it is written 15W40. Engine oils are of two types, either monograde or multigrade. If you will get monograde oils, that means only 40, only 20 will be written. If it is multigrade, 15W40, 20W50, that means this oil is suitable as the winter season as well as for the summer season also. Mainly the standards are fixed by looking after this viscosity and other parameters of this oil, and these standards are fixed by SAE. Another one we can add over here, what is DOT, that is written in this brake oil container. Maybe you are using a bike or maybe in a car, you can find that it is written .3, .4 or use .5 oil. DOT, dot means Department of Transportation, and this 3, 4, 5, this is in this increasing order means the boiling point of this brake oil is more. As the brake oils in this hydraulic system, in the brake oils are continuously in contact with this brake calipers, brake pad, brake shoe. So definitely large amount of heat is carried out by these brake oils. So if the brake oil having a more boiling point, a greater boiling point, so the heat carrying capacity of this oil will be more. So as this grade will increase from .3, .4, .5, the boiling temperature of this brake oil is also increases. Third question, why are car steering wheels are round? It is definitely an interesting question. Car steering wheels were making it round because if it is round, then your hands will be constantly in a position. The location of the hands is constant, irrespective, maybe you are rotating the wheels. Number 2, as it is a rounded wheel, so no sharp edges are there. So whenever you are taking a turn, there is no hitting or injury to this driver. Number 3, uniform force or torque you can apply as it is a round wheel. Everywhere from the center to the distance is the same, so uniform pressure and torque will be applied. And you can say that ergonomically, that means design perspective of view, the rounded wheel is definitely suitable than that of this straight or curved wheels. Number 4, how trains take turn although there is no any differential? This question can be asked. Trains don't have any differentials, then how they are taking turns? You see, wherever in these vehicles there is a differential, the differential is located with a common axis between the two wheels. The axles are connected to the differentials. As trains don't have any axles and trains two wheels are not connected with this axles and in the center differentials, they are independent of each other. The wheels, the left wheels, the right wheels are independent of each other. So there is not any requirement of this differential which can differentially give the power. Question number 5. What is the difference between BS2 and BS3? Or else you can say BS4, BS5, BS6. You see, these are the terms nowadays very popularly we are using. BS stands for Bharat Stage. Bharat Stage 2, Bharat Stage 3, Bharat Stage 4. Nowadays we are using Bharat Stage 6. These are age compared with these Euro norms. In European countries, in foreign countries, we are saying that Euro 1, Euro 2, Euro 3, Euro 4 like this. Basically, these standards are fixed for the pollution what an automobile emits. As for this pollutions are decreases, these BS standards are increases. That means we can say that in case of BS2, whatever the pollution amount is there from the automobile exhaust. In BS3, BS4, BS5, these pollutions, amount of pollutions is highly decreases. And for that one, many specific components we are using in case of automobiles. Suppose giving you an example, we are using EGR, exhaust gas recirculation. We are using catalytic converter, three-way catalytic converter, which resist the NOx, the CO, the Dtsi emissions, and some other components are also we are using for which the emission is minimized. Question number 6. What does it mean when your car emits white smoke? It is a practical related questions asked in this company's interviews. If the exhaust is coming white smoke, we know that exhaust comes in black smoke, but if it is white smoke, then what are the causes? The most and important cause is that the coolant is leaked to this compression chamber. Because you know that the cylinder liner is surrounded with this cooling system, the antifreeze solutions, coolants, and it is sealed, registered by means of a head gasket, a paper gasket. Sometimes it happens that by any means, if the gasket is caught or tear down or leaked, this coolant is able to come to this compression chamber. So at the time of compression, at the time of combustion, this coolant is also mixed and it produces a white smoke in the exhaust. So you have to look after the head gasket and the coolant circulation system. Question number 7. Explain the reason that why big tires are used in rear of vehicles. Big tires we have seen in case of tractors that big tires are used in case of this rear wheels. Why? When the tire size has increased, that means more surface areas of contact with this tire. So more torque is generated. And as the tractors are farm moving equipments, it is used in these farms, earth moving machinery you can say. Its speed is limited. We don't want that this tractor will run with a very high speed, but it should having a very good torque. that it can move in any off-road conditions. So the tractors having big tires, big contact with this road surface, higher torque, so it can move in any off-roads in the farms. That's why we are using big tires at the rear. Question number 8. What is Dtsi? Why this technology is used in motor vehicles? Dtsi is very popular. All of you have heard about Dtsi. That Bajaj company has invented this Dtsi, digital tuning spark ignition system. And why it is used? You see, in a motorcycle or in a gasoline fuel vehicles, a spark plug is used to completely burn the air fuel mixture. But whether it is practically possible that one single spark plug which will keep ignite, that will completely able to burn whatever the air fuel mixture present inside this cylinder. So to better combustion, so to increase the combustion efficiency, so for complete burning of these fuels, we are using 2 spark plugs in different angles, different locations, so that at a time complete burning of this air fuel mixture is possible and better power will be produced, low emissions will be there, and you can say that good pickup, good engine noise, less vibrations will be the result. What is a pressure cap in radiator? You see, in the coolant system many components are there. Out of that, a very important component is the radiator, and above the radiator you have seen a pressurized cap is there. That means by applying pressure it can be tightened. Why it is? And it is written over there, don't open when this engine is in hot condition. We know that from thermodynamics, if the pressure is increased, the boiling temperature is also increases. So, whenever this coolant is used to cool the engine, that means the engine heat is taken by the coolant. So, if the coolant will be heated more than 100 degrees Celsius and if itself it is boiled and vaporized, then how it will be able to cool? So that to increase its cooling efficiency, we are applying some pressure over this coolant by means of this radiator cap, so that this boiling temperature of this coolant is increases. Giving you an example, supposing atmospheric pressure, that means around 1 bar of pressure, the water boils at 100 degrees Celsius. But if I will increase the pressure, if it is applied 2 bar, 3 bar, the pressure is applied, the boiling temperature is definitely increases, it may be 120 degree, 130 degree. So up to that degree temperature, the water will not boil. So that we are applying pressure over the radiator cap so that it will not boil and efficient cooling will be possible. Question number 10. What is the use of hydrogen in an automobile? Hydrogen can be used as a fuel in automobile. And you know that if we can use hydrogen, then the pollution is highly decreased, because hydrogen by chemical reaction we may produce H2O, or you can say only pure hydrogen at a exhaust we can produce. So if hydrogen is used, no harmful pollutants will be the result. So hydrogen can also we can get from the water by electrolysis processes. Only the concern is that how to store the hydrogen and how to refuel the hydrogen. That is the concern. Otherwise, gasoline engines can be very good used by using the hydrogen as a fuel. Question number 11. What do you mean by independent suspension system? Previously, in very old vehicles we are using dependent suspensions. That means one side of the wheel is dependent upon the other. If one wheel is going to any humps, any steeps, then other wheels is also affected. But in independent suspensions, there is no direct link between the two wheels. One side is the suspension coil springs, upper arm, lower arm, other side wheels, those shock absorbers, coil spring, everything is separate from each other. There is no direct contact. So, if one wheel is going in a off-road or any hard road conditions, then other wheel is not affected and it is comfortable. The passenger feels very much comfortable in independent suspension system. Question number 12. What is clutch drag? Clutch drag means the clutch is not able to disengage. We want to disengage the clutch whenever you want to change the gears, whenever you want a neutral condition. But if the clutch is not released from the pressure plate, from the flywheel, then the clutch drag will be resulted. And so that the power will be lost and fuel economy will be decreased. Clutch drag results, maybe there is the hydraulic lines is faulty, the release bearing or the clutch fork will be a problem. So we can look after that things. Question number 13. What are the functions of a frame? You know that frame, the steel cross sections, is used in heavy vehicles. And it is made of carbon steels, you can say. Low carbon steel, high carbon steels we are using. That is a heavy cross section. And that frame is supporting all the chassis components. That means suspension items, steerings, engine, gearbox, differential. Also, with that one, the frame is responsible for taking the static as well as the dynamic loads whenever the vehicle is moving without distortions. The frame also takes the passenger loads as well as goods load, so that this frame is used in an automobile. Next question, question number 14. Two main sections of vehicle construction. Whenever we are constructing a vehicle, two things we are considering primarily. Number one, the body constructions, and number two, the chassis construction. Whenever the body is mounted over the chassis, then we can say that that is a complete automobile. So body we are designing how it can be aerodynamic design will be possible, and chassis all the moving components, all the suspension, steering, all other components that is carried out, that load and that it will be fixed in the chassis. Question number 15. What are the functions of a gearbox? Gearbox, also otherwise also known as transmission system. In starting from a two-wheeler to three-wheeler, four-wheeler or any big vehicles, we are using a gearbox. Maybe it is a 4-speed, 5-speed, 6-speed gearbox. But what is the use of this gearbox? The gearbox gives us different torque and different speed as per our requirement. We require different speeds and different power, else you can say the torque at the starting time, at the time of overtaking, at the time of a gradient. So that is provided by the gearbox by applying different gear ratios. Number two, the gearbox provides us a neutral position, or that means although the vehicle is starting, the engine is started, but the vehicle is not moving. The neutral condition is provided by the gearbox. Number three, due to this gearbox, we are having a rear or reverse gear. The vehicle can reverse. That is also possible by this gearbox. These are the three main functions of a gearbox. Number 16. Name the different kind of resistances to vehicle motion. The vehicle, whenever it is accelerates, it moves forward, it has to overcome three main resistances. Number one, AR resistance. Number two, rolling resistance. Number three, gradient resistance. And specifically, I am saying that within that three resistance, the AR resistance is more affecting to this vehicle's motion. And this AR resistance is coming into action when the vehicle speed is more than 72 km per hour. And as per the frontal cross section and the vehicle speed, the AR resistance affects the vehicle motion. The next question we will discuss, question number 17. Why the frame is narrow at the front? If you will see the frame, that steel cross section, you will find it is narrow at the front than that of this rear. Why it is so? You see, due to that narrow cross section, Aerodynamic design of the vehicle is also possible. And most important thing is that the steering lock will be less. That meaning is that the steering radius in left or right whenever you are turning, the steering radius, turning radius, it will be less if the frontal section is narrow. Next question, what is the function of a bumper? We are using two bumpers at the vehicle, the front bumper and the rear bumper. The bumpers are made of fiber, plastics, and why we are not made it metallics? Why we have made plastics? You see, the bumpers are used is to take the impact load from the front or rear and it absorbs the load, so that the main important components of this vehicle is not impacted or not damaged. So bumpers are used at the front and rear to save the important components of the vehicles. Question number 19. Classify automobiles with respect to the drive of vehicle. It is a very common question but also interesting. Whatever may be the automobiles, we can say that according to the drive, either it is a two-wheel drive vehicle or four-wheel drive vehicle. Two-wheel drive vehicle means the vehicle is powered, the engine power is transmitted to the two wheels of the vehicle. And four-wheel drive means the engine power is transmitted to the four wheels of the vehicle. And if it is the front wheels are powered, then we are saying that it is a front wheel drive vehicle. If it is only the rear wheels are powered, then we can say that it is a rear wheel drive vehicle. But if it is four wheels are powered, then we can say that it is a four-wheel drive vehicle. Okay. The question number 20. What are the various pollutants in an automobile? You see, after combustion in the exhaust pipe, the automobile emits different pollutants. The pollutants are Dtsi, hydrocarbon, CO, carbon monoxide, NOx, nitrous oxide, sulfur dioxide, SO2, also carbon dioxide. Within that one, you can say that carbon dioxide is not so harmful because it is taken by the plants. But this Dtsi, CO, NOx, it will be not absorbed and it is in the atmosphere, in the air. And the human beings, whenever we are breathing, we are taking that in. So it is serious. So to decrease these pollutants, we have these norms, BS6, BS4 norms, and we are using catalytic converter, three-way catalytic converter to decrease the pollutants of Dtsi, CO and NOx. What is wheel alignment? The next question, question number 21. You have seen wheel alignment shops in and around the road. You have seen. What is that one? Wheel alignment is a computerized controlling system to manage the wheel geometry. The vehicle is not moving very smoothly at the front. You cannot take a very smooth turning, and the vehicle is so much of balance. It is only possible due to the wheel geometry, and that is camber, caster and toy angles. These camber, caster and toy angles are controlled, are set in this wheel alignment shop by means of a computer. Question number 22. What do you understand by ABS? Nowadays it is very popular. In all the automobiles it is advertised. ABS, anti-lock braking system. You see, we want that whenever you will apply the brake, the vehicle should stop as quick as possible, as per the less distance is concerned. But if it is suddenly the vehicle, the wheels rotation is stopped, then what will happen? The wheels will skid. So whenever the wheels are locked, that means it will skid. And whenever you are skidding, then there is no control over the vehicle and the vehicle can meet with an accident. So anti-lock braking system provides a sensors, actuators and other components are there which will not lock the wheels. That means it will lock, unlock so that the wheel will not completely lock and the skidding will not be the result. So that the vehicle will not skid and you have a very good control over the vehicle whenever you are braking. Question number 23. Functions of alternator in an automobile. You see, whatever the electrical functions will be there, maybe music system, maybe power windows, central locking, self-starter, everything, the power, electrical power is coming from the battery itself. And the battery is not so capable that year after year it will supply those very good amount of this power to all those devices constantly. So that it is required that we will charge again and again whenever the vehicle is starting, whenever we are using the electrical systems, the battery as well as it will be charging, so that the battery will not down and it will constantly give the power for a long period of time. And alternator is a device which converts the mechanical energy into electrical energy. The alternator takes power from the crankshaft, it rotates and it produces the electrical energy, and that is supplied to the battery, so that battery is every time charged. Next question, 24. What do you mean by HVAC? HVAC, heating, ventilation, air conditioning system. In all the passenger cars and other vehicles also, you will get this technology. That means as well as we have a air conditioning system, in the summer you will get cool air with that one also. In case of winter, in the cool time, you can also get hot air, heating. And that hot air, how you can get? There is no heater, there is no heat pump. How you can get? We will use the coolant temperature, as the coolant is heated by taking the heat from the engine, and we will exchange that heat to the passenger cabin, so we can get a hot air. So that is known as heating, ventilation as well as air conditioning system. The last question, question number 25. What are the different electrical circuits in automobile? There are different electrical separate specific circuits are there. Starting circuits, lighting circuits, charging circuit, other accessory circuits are there. Starting circuit, battery, self-starter, etc. Charging circuit, alternator or dynamo will be there. Lighting circuit, numbers of lights are fitted in the automobiles, that, and other accessory circuits are also there. That means music system, AC, blower, power window, central locking. These are the electrical equipments that are used in the automobile. So we have now discussed 25 top and important questions from the automobile engineering. Hope you definitely get good knowledge from that one, and it will help you for preparing the competitive examinations. So how you have experienced it, please comment in the comment box. If you like, please share and subscribe. Thank you.